there. You are listening to the Girl Talk podcast brought to you by the Stoner Group and UBS Financial. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Carol.
This is Alicia.
My name's Tricia.
And today we're going to be talking about our summer bucket list. I think it was you that first, Alicia, that first told me about this.
Yes, I saw some amazing thing on Pinterest
Boy.
where some mom
Sorry, I just felt guilty. Go ahead.
got a poster and had her kids figure out what they wanted to do in the summertime, and then they write it down on the poster. And so we did it. We do it. We do it. I like it. So it's a fun way to have ideas. It's really helpful when you get bored and you don't know what to do.
You go. Yeah.
You can look at the list and say, okay, today, or, you said you wanted to read a book. Oh, that's on the summer bucket list. You get to cross something off.
Perfect. Can I have your kids?
The reading did get on there this year. I was so excited. I was like, oh, I didn't even have to suggest that.
That's like a 5-star parenting moment when reading gets on your kid's bucket list for the summer. But here's the thing behind the summer bucket list thing. I think, we all intend, generally you have, okay, this is the time we're going on vacation or we're going to do a staycation. So you kind of have that week kind of covered, but every time else, it's like crazy. Like if we can make it past this week, like if we survive this week, then we can start our summer bucket list. But I think the thing is like asking your kids what it is they want to do over the summer and asking yourself what it is you want to do over the summer, because I never even thought about it. And then summer would go by and I'd be like, oh man, I wish we'd have done that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the things don't have to be extravagant or expensive. And 9 times out of 10, the things that are on your bucket list aren't. They don't even cost that much money.
That's one of the things I love so much about it is that we don't put all of the big, huge things on it. It's go kayaking. We have kayaks, but we don't use them a whole lot.
Uh-huh.
So because it's on the list, it's like, oh, hey, we've got a free weekend or a free Saturday. Hey, let's go kayaking. Let's figure it out and figure out where we're going to go, and let's make it happen. And there's a lot of effort that takes to go do something like that. You got to pack food and snacks and,
day.
Yeah, you've got to get ready for the whole day. And so a lot of times it doesn't end up happening. And summertime is so short.
Yeah.
I just want things to be. I love to be outside in the summer. Mm-hmm. I've got to be outside. I love to be in the water.
Me too.
And we don't have to go on a big fancy vacation, but I just love to be doing things. So we'll put simple things like have a picnic or go on a hike. We can make it generic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, share some of the ideas that you do. I love this idea. And I was laughing not because I think that it's crazy that you're doing a Pinterest thing, but we made a list too, but we made it on the back side of a piece of mail that we didn't care about. Oh. You know what I mean? It wasn't a fancy poster. Yeah. It was just scrap paper.
That's real life, though. That is so real life.
But I love things like that, like a hike or a picnic or a splash pad. Like, what are some ideas that you guys have?
Well, one of the things that we have in our town is we have a state park, and there they rent kayaks and canoes, and they also have like a swimming area, and they have hiking trails, and they have little picnic. They've got almost everything there, and I think it's like $5 to rent either a canoe or a what do you call this, kayak, and that's good exercise. It gets you outside. You're in the sun. It's just a fun thing to do that you don't get to do every day. Like we don't own kayaks, but for $5 or whatever, we could go do that. And we love to do that.
Well, and I think it is good memories.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
different.
I'm trying to build memories so that they remember summers and that we actually tried to do things and not just, when I was a kid, we did a lot of just sitting around.
Yeah.
And I know
TV watching.
Yeah.
That's what we did some. Yeah.
Well, and I think too, we try to think that we're going to build this wonderful memory because we take them to Disney. And really, they enjoy stuff like that. But when it's all said and done, they're like, I just liked it when we went to the pool that day. And,
yes.
Thank you.
Had snacks.
That's very freeing to think about that because we can't go to Disney for a week and stuff.
Neither can I.
Well, and we did, we put go to the pool on the list. That's actually an item on the list. Even though that's kind of a given for us that we're going to go to the pool, it's on the list. Because at the end of the summer, I can point to it and say, we went to the pool every summer.
Yes, and I would like to say this because we encountered over the Memorial Day weekend, because my life is like an episode of I Love Lucy. It's never just as simple as, and I absolutely adore water. I grew up around the water. I was a leg,
so
a water
relaxing.
ski. Yeah, so any kind of water. It can be bottled water. It can be lake water.
Here, Carol, look.
Exactly. I'm
got a
relaxed. Sorry. But anyway, we had this situation, and I have one child, which means she's an only child, which means I am her playmate.
Yes.
So it was not relaxing for me at all.
Yeah.
Because she's like squirting me and trying to knock me off the raft and everything. I'm just like, oh my word, I feel like I just need a spa treatment to get me over us going to the pool. So, invite friends.
That's a good idea.
Yes.
And if you're a single person, you wear that thing out, girl. You go and enjoy that, because chances are you may not always be a single person, because we know you. And one of these days you're going to have Rugrats running all around your feet, and you're going to be thinking, I remember a day when I used to come to the pool and apply sunscreen evenly and have my little cup of water. No, you won't have none of that. No, you won't have none of that anymore.
There'll be no book reading at the
there'll be
pool.
none.
Sorry for you.
Yeah. Now, we're all three big readers. We like to read. Do y'all
Yes.
like to set aside some time? I think rainy days are great for reading.
Rainy days are great. I like to read a little bit by the pool, but like you, I have one child that needs a playmate all the time. The other, I have two children that are the opposite. One loves alone time like me, and the other one is more the extrovert, wants to be around people, and that's not like me. But I'm her playmate a lot of times.
Are you telling us you don't like to be around us?
But so at the pool,
In
I
small
don't know.
There are times.
I want to go. I just want to go to the pool and sit and read, and
Yeah.
do a little swim, read. I could do that all day long.
Yeah.
But with kids, that gets hard. You need to entertain and play, and just be mindful and be together. That's how they are together with you. That's important to them, to spend that time together.
And celebrate, because swimming wears them out. And
Yeah.
they're going to
Oh, yeah.
sleep so good, they might even go to bed early. You're going to sleep good, too.
And it counts as showering, really, in my book.
That is true.
I mean, chlorine's going to kill whatever it is.
In the summer, it can count.
Yes.
That's for sure. Well, but there's a lot of free
Yeah.
places around that you can go in watering holes. North Carolina and this,
True.
all
Creeks and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many places
Splash
you can
pads.
go
Yeah, I
and
love
get
splash
free access to water. You don't have to pay for a trip to the beach. You don't have to have a pool membership.
If you come by my house, I'll squirt you with a water hose.
There's a lot of great things that you can do
Yeah.
in the water that are free.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what? I just thought of something. I saw my first snake this weekend.
Oh,
I heard
haven't
about
seen any yet.
we were near the Biltmore. We did a little picnic out by the river, and some guy on a kayak came by, and he's like, there is a snake right here. I was like, that's okay.
Oh, I haven't seen
We're done
any.
here.
I haven't seen any.
You do have to be careful during the summer. That's the only thing I don't
Did you read
like.
that article,
never-
Carol?
No, and I don't want to know about it.
Oh yeah, no, I think she did. I know what you're
About
talking
snakes
about.
hiding in pool noodles?
Yes, I did
Yeah.
actually, because we went to the dollar store the other day.
Yeah,
and
we were
Alicia
talking about it.
And I said, "Did you hear the?" Yeah. And then there are people who send me pictures of snakes, and I block them.
I
just
do
say
that.
I'm gonna block you, because when I was a kid, my daddy used to he would kill one in the yard, and in order to make us not afraid of them, he would make us come and look at them.
Oh really?
Made me eat
that
them.
made it worse.
That didn't work out
Thank
so
you,
well.
Daddy. But
Made it worse.
Yeah, it was even worse. So I'm totally freaked out by snakes.
Well, I want to go to Grandfather Mountain I'm just going to go ahead and
yeah,
say
so
it. I
much
want to go to
fun.
Grandfather Mountain. Yes.
Oh,
Do the
I
Mile
want
High
to go
Spring
do
wanna
Break.
go
that.
do that.
What is the? I forget what they call it, but it's the bridge.
The new suspension bridge near
Near the
Knoxville, or
Gatlinburg area. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the world's longest
So-
or something.
okay, we have talked about this
Yes, we
because
have.
what if we all went over? I think it's going to be a little scary, and I'm not super afraid of heights, but there is a glass panel on it.
Oh,
On
I'm
the-
in. I'll
You
go.
would do that?
I'm not scared of heights.
Okay.
I'm scared of
okay.
enclosed places.
Okay.
She's just scared of us and on heights, like what we might do.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
spiders.
And spiders.
Oh,
As long
yeah.
as there's not a spider on it, I should be all right.
No, you
Okay,
may be in trouble.
yeah. I don't know. It looks very intriguing.
Maybe we should do that.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. But see, that's a great idea of a summertime thing. And for me, it's about setting a goal.
Yeah.
We may not make the Grandfather Mountain or this other suspension bridge, but it's something I want to kind of set my sights on, because if I don't, the summer will get away from me.
So
I mean,
fast.
it goes so
true.
fast. And if I don't write little things
Intentional.
down like what I want to do, it'll be September. School will be back in session. Weekends will be harder. The weather will start to get cooler. And now I'm like, well, I got to do it next summer.
Yeah.
And I saw that, I forget what it is, the number, but you've only got 18
Oh, I
summers
saw
with
that
your
Don't tell me
kids.
that.
I'm like,
Morning.
ah!
I'm counting them
Panicking me.
now. I'm
Yeah.
counting
I
them now
did.
because my daughter's in teenage years, and I'm
I
wishing
did.
a couple summers ahead.
I'm a little.
Wait,
I love her dearly, but my goodness,
I got
they
very
did not
sad.
warn you about teenage years whenever you had to, like, here, Mrs.
Here's the baby
Davis,
blanket.
here's your baby, and she's so pink and cuddly and nice, and she does cry every once in a while. I would take that back today over the teenage years.
I know a few people who have had babies, and that's the thought I have is
You have no idea what's coming.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like, it seems like that's the hardest time of your life, the newborn, and it really is not.
tiring.
Yeah,
but
it
it's
is
not
tiring.
the same.
I told
It's not
somebody-
challenging.
Level.
It's not.
It's fatiguing.
Yeah.
But being intentional is what I want. That's what I'm hearing you say. What you both are saying, to be intentional.
Yeah, it doesn't matter
About
what
the
you
summer.
do. It's just think about something that would be meaningful or fun, or that you would enjoy doing together.
I had
But
a
you
good
just
idea.
had a good idea.
Sorry.
I see the light bulb.
Sorry,
Smell smoke.
You know the synchronized firefly thing.
Yes.
Oh, that's
I've always
so
wanted to do that.
amazing.
Have you been
Oh,
there?
yes. It's absolutely.
You have to apply for that.
Yeah, that's why
amazing.
you couldn't do it this year because I think all the tickets are gone or whatever.
But
but-
that would be so cool.
That
But
would
with
be
proper
fun.
planning
With
and a
proper
summer
planning.
bucket list.
Yeah, but I'm
could
not
do
a
that.
planner.
That's on
See,
the
the
back
help
of
of
my piece of mail.
Pinterest.
Yeah, and see, here's the thing too: is that I want to encourage you if you're not a planner, because I am not a planner. I'm a fly by the seat of my pants girl. But a bucket list like this, thinking through some stuff, gives you a couple things in your back pocket. So on those days, you don't have to be creative. You don't have to come up with
what
everything.
I love about
Yeah.
it. It's like you kind of set it down, and we start it like in May, and we'll be like, oh, that's a great idea, let's add it. We don't sit down and do the whole thing at once. It kind of evolves over time, so that when the summer starts, we have this. It's really an idea board because we don't complete everything on it. And
Do you feel like a failure if you don't get to?
I
the
think
summer?
last year there was a couple things on it that I was like, oh, I really wanted to do that. But I only really write down things that are achievable or things that I really think we're going to do already.
Right.
So the other thing that it does is it helps your kids realize how much you are really doing.
Yes.
You know, that you did
Wow,
go
that's
on a
good.
hike. You did go kayaking. We took a night and went camping. And if you don't write it down and you're just kind of like doing things, they're like, I'm bored, or what did we do? And it's like, wow, we actually really did a lot of stuff that we thought about we were going to do this summer.
Can I just share a terrible personal thing? Yeah. So a couple of times, we don't do much for spring break. We just not when we do anything.
Yeah.
And so a couple of times, they'll get back to school and their teachers will say, "What did you do over spring break?" And mortification because my kids are like, "Nothing. We did nothing. We watched TV."
Yeah.
I'm like,
No,
"Oh
I know.
no!" But I'm like, "We did stuff. We did stuff." So that's a good idea to remind them. We
especially
did.
over the summer. We have, there's because you can fall into a trap of comparison. Because
Yes.
like I know a lot of families that do big, huge trips in the summer, and I mean it's ridiculous. Like if you're going to compare yourself, you're going to feel defeated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
No matter what. No matter what.
So
trap.
I think making the kids a part of it is the critical key, because the first time that I did it with my daughter, I was surprised at the things that were on her list because they were so simple.
Yes.
I mean, they were like
Yes.
to the. But we have that place I was telling you all about, the park down at the lake, and she wants to go there and go kayak. In fact, she asked this weekend because I think they've just opened, so she asked if we could do that. We didn't get to it, but I was so amazed at the things that she asked to do because they weren't like
Like my daughter make strawberry ice cream.
oh,
She wanted to make
that's so
homemade
sweet.
ice cream.
That's not fair because you got reading and strawberry ice cream.
But it's like it's the simple things, and it's a great way to get
Get
to
in your mind.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a great way
Get
to
to know
say
it.
it, Tricia. Yeah.
last year, I think it was last summer. I'm pretty sure it was last summer that we did this because she had on. her list, tie-dye T-shirts.
Oh,
which was an
wow,
epic
yeah.
fail.
Oh, it's
yeah.
so
But
messy.
we
That's hilarious.
died laughing doing it. I think our patio is tie-dyed now.
I bet
Because
your
of that
hands.
experience.
My daughter just did that last week at school, and I opened the T-shirt, and my hands were green. I was like, "Oh my gosh, we've got to wash our hands immediately. This stuff is not going to come off ever."
Yeah, but it was the simple stuff
Memory
like that.
and laughter,
Yeah.
funny things.
And we always
Fun
laugh at my house. That is a critical part of anything that we do. But I find that it starts conversations too.
Yeah.
A lot of the
Yes.
things that they want to do, because I'm having to come to the realization that, and I know this, people are going to be like, "How dumb is she?" But I've come to the realization that times are so much different than they were when I was growing up, and things that were important to me then aren't important to kids these days. Although I think they get a bad rap because we think that every kid would put, "I just want to do
Yeah.
technology all summer," and I don't think
Yes.
that's true.
No, it's not. They put really simple things on there.
Yeah,
I mean, you could put family game night on there.
yeah,
Afraid my kids would put technology only. I
but-
gotta ask them. I need to
but
ask
find
them.
out.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think you'll be surprised.
Just set
I'm gonna
out,
do
get
that.
some markers, get a
Do
piece
that.
of paper, or I went to the dollar store and got a piece of foam board. That's what I did this year. And I
Yeah.
had my daughter write summer bucket list because she likes to draw. And so she did as the main thing. And then we each, all four of us, got markers and kind of added our things onto it. And it's just a great little, it makes me excited for summer because summertime also can be a challenging time. Schedules change.
Yeah.
Kids are out of school. Their routine is different. Structure is gone. It's very hard to work with kids in a family because everything's flipped upside down.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of like a little bright light that you can, just help focus the whole summer until school starts again in August in about 10 weeks.
Ooh.
But who's
I don't
counting?
know if that's
Who's counting?
accurate, but
That's
yes.
right.
Yes.
Well, I think the main thing here is to be intentional. Ask your kids what they'd like to do this summer, and maybe you spend some time thinking about it too. Maybe you want a book day. They could spend the night with a friend, and you could spend all day reading. What a way to indulge yourself. We totally support that. And whatever your summer bucket list items are, we'd love to hear about them. If there are places in your towns that people don't know about, like a little hole-in-the-wall place that you got to go eat, or an attraction that we may not know about, please tell us about it. We'd love to hear from you. You can email us at girltalk@thelightfm.org. We'd like to say thank you to the Stoner Group at UBS Financial for sponsoring the Girl Talk podcast, and we'll see you here next time. We'll be much more tan, though, because we're going to complete a lot of these summer bucket list things with sunscreen, of course. But we'll see you back around these microphones the next time we gather for the Girl Talk podcast.